Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good evening. On this occasion, we would like to present our materials about transitivity. Our group consists of Ahmad Saifullah, Fahmi Alfaridzi, Indah Nur Afifah, Maria Francisca, and Muhammad Aab Abdul Basit. Without further ado, the first material will be explained by Maria.
Thank you, Kak Fahmi. So here I would to present about transitivity. So transitivity is a concept from M.A.K. Halliday's functional grammar. Is a framework used to analyze how sentences represent real-world experiences. So it focuses on three core components. It is about processes, participants, and circumstances. So we can see here that transitivity is a framework or the key concept to analyze how the sentences represent real-world experiences. So next slide. So here we can see about transitivity or the situation of this transitivity. The situation or the context is about tenor, field, and mood. We can see here that field refers to ideational and experiential and logical. We can focus on ideational and experiential. And lexicogrammar of ideational and experiential is about transitivity. We can see here about representation. It is different about transitivity representation and clause complex representation. Transitivity focuses on representing experiences within a single clause. It looks at the internal structure of the clause. It is, as I said before, it is about process, participants, and circumstances. But about clause complex representation is about logical relationship between multiple clauses. It analyzes how clauses combine to form larger units of meanings. Next slide. So here, the three semantic categories about transitivity. It is about circumstances, processes, and participants will be presented by my team. Thank you.
Alright, for the next material, I will explain about circumstances. So, circumstances provide additional information about the process, answering questions like when, where, how, why, and under what conditions the process happened. There are three word classes is used in circumstances. Those are adverbial groups and noun groups. The common types of circumstances include circumstances of time. Times tell when and is examined by when, how often, and how long. For example, he arrived yesterday. Yesterday is the circumstances of time. And then place. Place tells where and is examined by where and how far. For example, she works in the office. In the office is the circumstances of place. And then manner. Manner to tell how and divided into three types. Consisting means. Means tells by what means and is examined by what with. For example, he did it with hammer. So with a hammer is the circumstances of a means. And then quality. Quality tell how and is examined by how. For example, she solved it quickly. Jadi kualitasnya itu direpresentasikan oleh quality. And then comparison. Comparison tells like what and is examined by like what. For example, he was jumping around like a monkey on the roof. Jadi dibandingkan dia meloncat-loncat dibandingkan seperti monyet yang sedang meloncat. The next, cause to tell why, divided into three types, including reasons. Reason tells what caused the process and is examined by why or how. For example, he left because he was sick. Because he was sick is the circumstances of reasons. And then purpose. Purpose tells the purpose and is examined by what for. For example, they meet to discuss the project. To discuss the project is the circumstances of purpose. And then behave tells for whose sake and is examined by who. For example, he went to the shop for his mother. For his mother is the circumstances of behave. And then next, accompaniment. Accompaniment tells with or without who or what and is examined by who or what else. For example, she went with her friend. With her friend is the circumstances of accompaniment. And then matter. Matters tells about what or with reference to what and is examined by what about. For example, we talk about the project. Jadi yang mereka bicarakan tentang sebuah project ya. Jadi about the project is the circumstances of matter. And the last about role. Role tell as what and is examined by as what. For example, he spoke as a leader. As a leader is a circumstances of role. Okay, for the next slide will be explained by Ahmad.
Okay. The next slide is participants process of a sentence. The type of participants depends on the type of process. Okay, please the next slide. There are 6 types of processes. The first one is material. The main actor is the main participants. There are actor and goal. Actor is the doer of the action, and goal is the entity affected by the action. And the second one is mental. The main participants are sensor and phenomenon. Sensor is the experiencer or the one who thinks or feel, and phenomenon is the object of thought or perception. And the third one is relational. The main participants are carrier, attribute or identifier, and identified. Carrier is the entity being described. Attribute is the quality or property of the carrier, and identifier or identified is the identifying clauses. One identifies the other. And the fourth one is behavioral. The main participant is behavior. Behavior is the participant who exhibits the behavior. And the fifth, verbal. The main participants are sayers, receivers, and verbiage. Sayers is the one who says or communicates. Receiver is the entity to whom the message is directed, and verbiage is the content of the speech. And the last is existential, and the main participant is existent. Existent is the entity that exists or is present. Thank you for me. For the next slide will be presented by my friend.
Okay, this is processes in transitive theory, part of systemic functional linguistics. Processes are classified into different types to describe the nature of action or events in language. Each type of process represents a different kind of experience. So processes are central to transitivity. Participants and circumstances are incumbent upon the doings, happenings, feelings, and beings. This suggests that there are different kinds of goings on, which naturally involve different kinds of participants in verifying circumstances. Jadi Proses merupakan pusat dari transitivitas, partisipan dan keadaan bertanggung jawab atas tindakan, kejadian, perasaan, dan keberadaan. Hal ini menunjukkan bahwa ada berbagai macam-macam kejadian, yang tentu saja melibatkan berbagai macam partisipan dalam keadaan yang berbeda-beda. Proses dalam linguistik adalah kata kerja atau tindakan utama yang menjadi inti dari klausa yang berfungsi untuk mempresentasikan pengalaman manusia dalam berbagai bentuk, seperti tindakan, perasaan, hubungan, komunikasi, dan keberadaan. Next. Di sini ada jenis-jenis proses. Yang pertama ialah material process. Material processes are processes of doing physical actions. They describe concrete, observable activities that involve some form of physical movement or change. Process material are processes of material doing. They express the notion that some entity physically does something, which may be done to some other entity. Jadi proses material adalah proses yang melibatkan tindakan material. Proses ini mengungkapkan gagasan bahwa suatu entitas secara fisik melakukan sesuatu yang mungkin dilakukan terhadap entitas lain. For example, the youngster wiggle in his hair. Number 2 is a mental process. Mental process describe experiences of senses such as thinking, feeling, and perceiving. They capture internal subjective experiences. So, mental processes are ones of sensing, feeling, thinking, perceiving. There are 3 types: affective or reactive, feeling, cognitive, thinking, and perceptive. Perceiving the 5 senses. Jadi proses mental adalah proses pengendalian, perasaan, pemikiran, persepsi. Ada 3 jenis, yaitu efektif atau reaktif, kognitif, dan perseptif. Perseptif melalui panca indera. Jadi proses mental ialah proses yang melibatkan pengalaman berpikir, merasakan atau mengamati sesuatu yang bisa disebut sensing. For example, Mark likes new clothes. Number 3 is relational process. Relational processes express states of being, identifying or attributing qualities to things. They describe how entities are related to each other or to their attributes. Jadi proses relasional ialah proses yang mengekspresikan keadaan, keberadaan, mengidentifikasi atau mengaitkan kualitas pada suatu. Proses tersebut menggambarkan bagaimana entitas saling terkait satu sama lain atau dengan atributnya. For example, septolism is sort of jelly-like material. Next. Yang selanjutnya akan dijelaskan oleh Ina.
Yeah, thank you. So the next one is behavioral process. Behavioral processes are processes of physiological and psychological behavior. They bridge the gap between material and mental processes, describing actions that reflect mental states but are observable in the physical world. So behavioral process, we talk about behavior atau tindakan. Nah, di sini tuh proses behaviornya itu dilakukan oleh behavior atau si pelakunya. Next one is verbal process. Verbal processes involve communication or the act of saying, such as telling, asking, or reporting. Di proses ini itu verbal itu sesuatu yang diucapkan. Jadi prosesnya itu melibatkan komunikasi atau sesuatu yang dilakukan seperti mengatakan atau bertanya seperti itu. Next one is existential process. Existential processes indicate the existence or presence of something. They generally use the word there to state that something exists or occurs. Di sini existential process itu main partisipannya itu sesuatu yang exist atau ada, atau bisa disebut juga terdapat. Next slide. Lalu di sini ada tabel processes. Yang pertama ada process type-nya itu material. Di sini main partisipannya itu sebagai aktor atau goal. For example, untuk proses type yang material, they build a house. Nah di sini itu prosesnya itu build, tapi dilakukan oleh they di sini tuh. Jadi subjeknya itu atau aktornya itu yang melakukan build a house-nya itu they. Lalu yang nomor kedua, proses type-nya mental. Main participants-nya sensor atau phenomenon. Untuk proses type mental itu kategorinya sensing ya, atau merasakan. Jadi for example, she knows the answer. Jadi pelakunya she, sensornya itu knows, lalu the answer-nya itu circumstances. Next one, relational. Main participants-nya career atau attribute. Di sini he is a doctor. When we talk about relational, we talk about relation atau hubungan. Next one is behavioral atau main participantsnya di sini behavior atau pelaku. For example, she smiled. Nah di sini itu prosesnya itu smiled. Jadi she-nya itu di sini sebagai pelaku bahwa dia itu tersenyum seperti itu. Next one is verbal. Main participantsnya sayer atau verbiage. Verbiage itu something that we talk. Sayer itu sebagai seorang yang mengucapkannya itu. For example, he asked a question. Di sini ask a question, ask-nya itu sebagai a question itu sebagai verbiage. He asked itu he-nya sebagai sayer. Next one or the last one is existential. We have talked before about the existential, something that exists or ada atau terdapat seperti itu. For example, there is a storm. So there di sini tuh stormnya itu sesuatu yang exist gitu. Next slide. So for the conclusion about this presentation is transitivity. Part of Haldane functional grammar examines how language structures real-world experiences through processes, participants, and circumstances. It identifies the type of action or state, or we can say a process, the entities involved, or we can say as participants, and additional details like time or place, or we can say that is circumstances. This analysis helps us understand how sentences convey meaning by clarifying who is doing what, to whom, and under what condition. So dalam SFL itu, transitivity is a concept that we can use for understanding how experience or events can be constructed. Or we can say, or how tindakan, proses, dan juga diungkapkan dalam sebuah kalimat. Jadi intinya itu, dalam sebuah kalimat itu, jika kita menganalisis menggunakan transitivity, itu satu kalimat itu dibagi menjadi 3. Yang pertama partisipan, yang kedua proses, lalu yang ketiga circumstances, seperti itu. Nah, lalu gunanya apa transitivity dalam kehidupan kita? Nah, transitivity itu bisa kita gunakan untuk membantu mengekspresikan perspektif of the writer atau mengekspresikan perspektif dari seorang penulis. Lalu bisa juga membantu memahami bagaimana sebuah pesan itu disusun. So that's all the presentation of our group about transitivity in systemic functional linguistics. So thank you for watching this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.